I'm the older one, and so I'm kind of one who's a bit more like, oh, push, like let's get out there.
That's not because you're older, it's because you're like a bull.
Okay, fine. It's not because I'm older. Hi, I'm Emeka Frederick, and I'm the head chef and co-founder of Chuku's.
Hi, I'm Afema Frederick, and I'm general manager and co-founder at Chuku's. And Chuku's is the world's first Nigerian tapas restaurant. So for breakfast this morning, or should I say pre-breakfast, we had a ginger, banana and orange smoothie, and then later we're going to have a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, usually we have porridge of raisins. The idea for Chuku's came a long time ago when we were little. We've been growing up in London for all of our life, and we always wanted to share Nigerian cuisine and culture with our friends as we were growing up. And when we got into our 20s, we decided that, hey, this high time we stopped talking about it and actually went out and did something. So we decided to go and open our restaurant.
And then the specific idea of Nigerian tapas came when we were trying to work out what would be the best way for us to be able to introduce people in the UK to Nigerian cuisine. And we decided actually going for sharing plates where people could try a variety of Nigerian flavors and really get a feel for the cuisine would probably be one of the best ways. And also it's social dining, and that really goes back to the heart of Nigerians' food culture.
Growing up, we were always in the kitchen. I remember one of the first dishes we ever actually made together when we were like 5 or 6. It wasn't even Nigerian food. But you know, we were always growing up watching our mom, watching our aunties, watching our grandmas cook, and that's really what we kind of put together. And it's really lovely because they all have like slightly different styles and slightly other kind of particular ingredients which are signature to them. So we just try to bring all those things to do with our own kind of fusion of what we've seen as growing up in the UK and traveling around the world into Chuku's food. So are we twins?
No.
No, we're not actually twins. A lot of people think that we are. We even think that we might be.
No, it's my theory.
Okay, we have a
My theory is we are, let's take it seriously. My theory is, and I Googled it the other day, we are potentially genetically twins, but something happens that we got separated, that we were born 2 years apart.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find a scientist that can prove it.
Yeah, anyone out there, come and help us out. But yeah,
because
we're gone.
It's not really about how we look facially. Like, that's not what makes me think we're twins. But actually, it's scary the amount of times. Like the other day, recently, I sent a message Emeka a message by text. He'd sent me the same message by WhatsApp, but neither of us had like communicated about it before, and it's freaky. It's really freaky.
How is it working with each other? Well, it's really great. First of all, we're 2 years apart. I'm the older one, and so I'm kind of one who's a bit more like, oh, push, like let's get out there.
That's not because you're older, it's because you're like a bull.
Okay, fine. It's not because I'm older. And then Ife who kind of always like really thinking and obviously in the detail. And so we've got like these two kind of two different brains, but kind of both with the same kind of goal. And it just works. It works really well. And yeah, we have a lot of fun together. So it's good.
I think in the most obvious sense, if we weren't Nigerian, we wouldn't be doing what we do. Probably not. And I think actually it's our driver. Like, it is really hard being in the restaurant industry. Anyone you talk to will say, oh, it's one of the hardest industries to go into. And I think when you enter it, as we did, with no real knowledge of the industry, like Emeka gave up his corporate job to do this, and your friends are out and friends are buying houses, and it can sometimes feel like your life isn't progressing at the same speed as those of your peers. Actually, being so attached to your heritage and being so proud of where you came from, or where you come from rather, is what keeps driving you, and why you get back up in the morning, you think, I'm gonna keep going and I'm not giving up on this, because actually I wanna see my culture being celebrated. I wanna see people enjoying Nigerian food. I wanna hear people go, oh, should we get some jollof tonight? Yeah, let's go for that. And some double plantain, like that's what I want. And so I think beyond having just a general idea, it constantly keeps us going. And well, I speak for myself, but I think Emeka's the same.
Yeah, no, it's more or less the same. I think for me, it's a very specific person. It keeps me going. In '93, I was sitting with my grandmother and I don't remember this. And we were interviewed, and she makes a comment about being concerned about the generations but after her kind of forgetting their culture. And I think it was always quite prophetic in a way, that not that to be forgetting, but actually that was maybe she was trying to put some energy into me or into us that we wouldn't forget. And it's, I don't know, for me, I know doing what we're doing, God bless her soul, she's not with us anymore, but she would be very, very proud, and that's a big driver, just knowing that we're doing this and we're doing it in a way that she'll be proud. How was leaving my super cool job before starting Chuku's? That's really funny, because I don't think anyone would ever call being a strategy consultant super cool, but I really enjoyed it. So I was working in sustainability. So I was helping like big corporates improve their social, ethical, and environmental impact on the world. And it was all kind of strategy related. I was working in the city, and I was really enjoying my work, but it was quite an easy decision because it was about promise, and it was simply about what I thought had the bigger promise for me, and what I thought was more exciting. And when we started really talking about this idea and we actually started testing it out, I got so excited about it that it was a done deal for me. Once you open the door and you start seeing all this thing, you can't shut it again. So I had to go and just run out through it. I remember the day that I decided that I was going to leave. It was a very easy decision. So I called up a supplier actually, who's supplying us drinks, who does a Nigerian juice. And he's a young guy, around I think more or less my age, and he's started his own business. And he asked me, oh, you've been testing this idea for a couple of months, when are you going to go and do it properly? And he asked me the question, what are you waiting for? And I didn't have an answer. And I decided there and then, I'm done, and I'm going to leave. And that was it. I said, I love my job, but I love this even more. Simple decision.
It's an interesting process how we decide to add something new to the menu. And actually, I'll be honest, there's no science behind it. Sometimes, or often, it involves Emeka coming into Murray and being like, I've had an idea. So, let's do, it is. I've got it. And he's pacing up and down my room. I'm like, what is this boy saying? We're gonna try this. So that's when the initial idea comes from. But actually, from having the initial idea to actually adding it to the menu, it can take a while. And there have been times where maybe we've added things to the menu before they've been perfect, but actually the only way to get better is to test it and then iterate. So actually we try and get to what we call like a minimum viable product of every dish, put it on the menu, get customer feedback, what did people like, what people didn't like, see even how it goes down on social media, is it exciting guests? And then we'll give it a go, adding it to the menu. And then on adding it to the menu, one of the harder things actually is working out how to describe it and actually really how to do the dish justice and actually get people excited by it.
So the biggest lesson for me is about enjoying the journey. Before you start the business, everyone will say, oh look, enjoy the journey. It's going to be, you have to be patient and, oh yeah, it'll be fun, but when you're actually doing it, it's very difficult to maybe really believe that you're just going to enjoy all the challenges and enjoy having to be patient and enjoy the frustrations. And right now, I can say I'm 100% enjoying the journey and just taking every day as it comes. I know what our vision is. I know we'll get there. It may not happen in the timelines that I want it to, but in the process, there's a lot of fun to be had. And I can't say that's always been the case. So that's one of the biggest learnings for me.
This year, there's just one aim for the business, and that's to get our first permanent site opened. That's the focus for the rest of this year. It's the focus since the beginning of the year. And we hope that by the end of this year, we'll be popping our malts in celebration.
It will be happening. It will be.
If I was giving advice to someone who wanted to start their own business, I'd say, first of all, I'd say definitely do it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But I would say there are ways to do it. So Emeka didn't leave his job straight away. I didn't come home from my travels straight away, and we didn't invest thousands of pounds straight away into opening a restaurant. We tested the waters, we built a minimum viable product, we've been iterating, and it's taken us a really long time to get to where we are. And I sometimes think that people feel like to have a business or to be successful in business, you have to have everything for show. For so long, we didn't really have that much to show in terms of like physical assets, so to speak, but we had still begun. So I would say start. That could be registering the company name, writing your business plan, starting to talk to people. I'd 100% say get going. And then I'd say, it almost doesn't matter what I tell you, because until you experience it for yourself, you'll never fully take it all in, and you just go for it.
I would say find someone that you trust. Find someone that you really enjoy spending a lot of time with.
How much time?
A lot. And yeah, find someone that is also hopefully as passionate as you about the project you're starting. And that you can share a goal but bring different skills, and find that person and bring them on board and work with them. So trying to do on your own, that's something which I haven't done, but I'm really glad that I've always had someone alongside me. For all the challenges, it's made things a lot easier, and all those hard times when you can lean on each other. And there will be those lean times, those times to need to lean on someone. And then for all the good times, all the fun times, it's made it even more enjoyable. So actually being able to have a good day and fist pump someone who's just as psyched about you having a good day, it's such a joy. It's such a joy.
As I mentioned, we are looking for our permanent place, but whilst we're looking and site hunting, we'll also be popping up again this summer. So we'll be around in July and August. Our plantain waffles will be on the menu, as will our jollof quinoa. And if you want to find out more, follow us at Chuku's London, that's CHUKUSLDN, and keep up to date.